and the trumpet shall be blown, so all those that are in the heavens, and all those that are in the earth shall swoon, except him whom Allah will. Then it shall be blown again, then they shall stand up awaiting. Surah 39 verse 68. This is description of the actions of the angel Israfil, is also what we see in the most recent video, Judgment Trumpet. The reason I didn't immediately go to the biblical eschatology is because what we see isn't what we see in Revelation 8-11. Instead of 7 trumpets and plagues there is one, and this doesn't correlate to any of the woes seen in Revelations. The other reason I am thinking of Islamic eschatology is that I've seen rather common the practice of naming the Hood Asriel, after the more esoteric angel in Abrahamic religion Azrael. The interesting thing is that, in Islam, Azrael is one of the archangels, alongside, surprise, Israfil. This made me put on my thinking cap. Could these hoods be associated with angels in Islam? Well, if we paint the barnyard afterward, then yeah. But this is all in good fun, and having another series of ideas to keep in mind could be useful. Beyond what we have seen here, there isn't much to say about Israfil that we can say applies to someone in ICS. Israfil is the oldest archangel, and the closest to God, with a beautiful voice. He stands at ready at every moment for the order from God to blow his trumpet, which brings the end. Azrael, however, has a few tidbits we can connect to the hoods. Azrael, or Malak al-Maut, is responsible for a handful of things, among these being taking souls away from the body, and into hell, if that applies to the soul. He also seems responsible for keeping them there. Additional, in the creation store, when the archangels were assigned the responsibility of collecting dust, from which to form Adam, only Azrael succeeded. Who could we say is implied to have taken I into hell in ICS? This guy right here. And so is that it? Am I going to now go on a rant about how I is secret ethnic Jewish? And related to used by Abraham? And tempting, but there are many more angels in Islam, who pique my interest. Such as the Kiraman Katibin, often called Rakib, and Adid. These angels mentioned in Surah 50:17 and 82:10 are angels who sit to your sides, one to the left and one to the right, watching you at all times and recording your actions, good and bad. This could be who are paralleled by those I have called horror and terror, who are figures often to the left and right of the eye. Munkar and Nakir are 2 angels that are tasked with judging the dead by asking them 3 questions. Now, in Islam, these questions are about your allegiance, or lack of allegiance to Islam, and inapplicable to ICS. However, we do see a hood asking I 3 questions after one of her deaths. Now I know that I already associated this guy with Azrael, but perhaps he is better described as Malik. Malik is described as an overseer, and someone who keeps the souls in hell in Surah 43:77 and 66:6. But there is something about Azrael that I failed to mention. According to Umar ibn Abdulaziz, for Azrael, the world is comparable to being on a plate. But we haven't seen this guy as being comparable to that, but we have someone else. So all this being said and done, we can associate these figures with these hoods, and this script still looks kind of short and